Hi, I'm Cynthia Kahn, founder of Amused Now, and I'm here today with songwriter Alvin Harrison from the 99 Project. Hi, Alvin.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How about you?
Doing very well, thank you. And thank you for having me on your show.
My pleasure. Alvin, through the 99 Project, you put words, music, and visuals to the feelings that 99% of Americans feel about the problems we're facing today, which affect the whole world. Tell me more about this fabulous project.
Well, I initiated the project last October when they had the government shutdown. And the first thing I saw on the news was that the congressmen were going to shut down the government because they couldn't figure out or couldn't agree on a budget. And everyone was going to no one was going to get paid except the congressman. And I happened to be writing a song then, "Rough Times in America," and I wrote it, "Rough Times in America," and the project kind of got started from there. Um, it's interesting because I didn't want to do a project that was or form a regular group. So I contacted musicians from around the country. And that particular song, "Rough Times in America," I did most of the music here and sang it, then sent it to a studio in LA. And a friend of mine in that studio contacted a girl who was going to be able to help sing and do in the background, and they did the background vocals. Then they sent it back to me, and then I sent it to a guy in Charlotte, North Carolina, who practiced the vocals, and then we recorded his vocals there. And then it came back to me for mastering and mixing. So I call it a 99 project because it's a social movement as much as a musical movement or musical project. And I want to expand this to work all around the world because the similar problems are around the world. Have the same songs done in different languages. Maybe get musicians from around the world to send me stuff that might be relevant to their countries. But we're all part of the 99, everybody in the world except the 1%. And rather than use famous musicians, it would really be neat to have just regular people from around the world who are musicians work on the project with me.
Well, that's fascinating. So, what is the true goal for the 99? Is it to raise awareness, to raise money, to encourage people to take action?
Um, Probably all three, with the least important one being to raise money. Um, we have so many problems in America, um, and I don't want to get on my soapbox right now, but as far as I'm concerned, um, corporate and the 1% takeover of our democracy is one of the big problems, is probably the biggest problem. And so I want to help get information through our Facebook page, through the songs, just to get people aware and to start thinking about things, so we can get some changes made. As far as raising money, anything that's made, all of my artist revenues are going to be given to a charity. Um, so yes, it's to raise awareness and to get people involved in this project. And it started off as an American thing, but then I started expanding the idea. The internet is such a wonderful tool now. We have, just like you and I are talking, we have a meeting place that's instant and accessible to everyone in the world.
I watched the videos for the three songs. First, the one you mentioned earlier, Rough Times in America, We Ain't Buying, and Do You Want to Go? They're all very moving.
Well, thank you for that. I do all the videos. And it's interesting because, again, the internet, thank God for Google and YouTube. All of the clips in those videos come from YouTube. Well, like in Do You Want to Go, I use a lot of footage from probably copywritten stuff. But if you're trying to make people aware of the problems with the environment and global warming, you want to get that message out however you can. And so I add it to my videos with a little disclaimer and contact the people and say, you know, I need to use your stuff. I'm not making any money off of it, but I'm going to help further your cause. And they go, okay, no problem. You had mentioned also, we had talked a little earlier about you don't see the musicians. Well, that's kind of hard because the musicians are spread out all over the United States. But we also believe that it's the message that's important and not the messengers. But we're hoping to involve other musicians around the world and get involved in projects. There's one in England, for example, Children Screaming to Be Heard as a charity there. And now I'm working with some people in England to do a song for that tells people about the problems, you know, child slavery and those kinds of things. But it's neat because I can work with people in different countries about problems in their country specifically, and also problems that are common to all of us.
Were you always politically active?
I wish I could say I was, but I really wasn't. Um, as I said earlier, that just last October, um, that whole thing with the government shutdown happened, and I got involved with that song, or wrote that song, Rough Times in America. I sent it to put it on the internet, and within 2 hours, I was contacted by a guy named Jay King of Club Nouveau. And Club Nouveau, this guy is very, very, he's a wonderful person. And Jay said, we've got to get this out and get it on the internet, you know, or get it out to the world. So he helped me get the whole thing out. Well, then the project started to grow, and I did a Facebook page. And of course, to do a Facebook page, you have to keep people involved. And so I started doing more and more research for things to put on the page. And as I did this research, I was just getting angrier and angrier, and kind of fell into being politically involved. I'm very, very politically involved now, but I can't say, I think I was like everyone else until you, and that's why it's important to get the message out. Because if you don't get, you know, alerted to what's going on, you kind of just, you're involved in your day-to-day life and you don't think about it. You know, now with the page and the music, we'd like to get media involved and get this song on radio station so people start thinking about things. And people will make a change in the way they deal with their governments and voting and all of those kinds of things. And I can see changes taking place, not necessarily because of me, but in the last year and a half, I have seen some real changes in the attitudes of the population of the United States. Things happen like in Ferguson, Missouri, where they shot that young man. You know, before that would have never generated the kind of cooperation between both black and white groups. But everybody came together behind that. So I think now is the time just start hammering the message and get some changes made in the United States and the community of the world.
I can feel the passion, and I understand the need for the movement for sure.
Well, there's a line in We Ain't Buying that says, "Why not here? Why not now?" We have to start somewhere. And you're right, it is a tall order. But hey, with people like you and the internet and the tools that are available, it can be done. But you got to start somewhere. So I'm starting from the ground up, and you're going to help me.
Yay. Yes, I see in America we have lost the passion that we did have in the 60s, and there's a lot more complacency. So I love causes where we're asking people to become more aware.
Well, if you remember Vietnam, all of those, the music of the 60s and the 70s, there was a lot of politics in that. Now it's basically, happy, happy love songs and let's party, party, party. We need to get back to using music as a platform. And so that's what I'm going to do.
Well, you briefly mentioned the use of Facebook and how this is a worldwide problem. How do you use the internet and social media to get the word out? It's got to be more than just posting interesting posts on Facebook and producing videos.
Yeah, well, the videos are on YouTube, okay, and they're getting thousands of views. I have more than 19,000 followers, 14, 15,000 on Twitter. So I will post something on Facebook concerning, a problem, and then put a provocative Twitter out there that says go to the Facebook page. And I started doing that because I wasn't real social media savvy. But since I started doing that, I've gained, the Facebook page has got 5,000 likes in 2 months. So I know people are there. I'm doing the best I can. I would love help from anyone who sees this show and says, I know social media, let me help you. I mean, this is all, there's no one funding this project but me, okay? So any help I can get from anyone, I will gladly accept it, Cynthia.
Well, we will post this video and blog and put up our podcast, and we will send the message out into the internet.
Every little bit helps. You build things a little bit at a time, and we're starting now, and who knows, maybe we'll be doing this in a few more years and some things will have changed and I'll have musicians from all over the world, and just got to start.
I hear you.
It's just there gets to be a point in your life where you go, what am I going to be remembered for? What have I done to ensure that this planet goes on and my people go on? And money tends to become a lot less relevant when you're trying to figure out what's important in your life and what you've accomplished.
Well said. We all, at some point, need to think about our legacy.
Some of us more than others. The closer you get to the end, the more important that becomes. So, anyway.
Well, Alvin, I had a wonderful time getting to know you today.
And I also had a great time. And thank you so much for giving me a platform to get this message out. I'm plugging along. And the one last thing I would say, if there are musicians who are interested in getting involved in the project, I want to do maybe some of the same songs, like We Ain't Buying, in different languages, Spanish, Portuguese, I don't know, Russian. It's all the same problem. We all have the same problems in these countries. It's just, and we need a place to all come together around the world because, believe me, these corporations and the 1%, they meet all the time. So we need to meet, and this is our meeting place, the internet, and I need musicians, songwriters, media people, anything I can get to get the word out. And I would really be very happy if I get contacted by some of those kinds of people through things like this.
Well, then I encourage all artists who are interested to go and contact you on the 99 Facebook page, right?
They can do it that way. I'm pretty easy to find, actually. I think, I'm on Reverb Nation under the 99 Alvin Harrison. You can contact me through that if you're on Reverb Nation. Just put in my name or the 99, Google it. It should come up with enough things. Or they can contact you, Cynthia, and you will forward the information to me.
Most definitely. Well, I wish you all the best with the 99 project, and please keep in touch and let me know if there's anything else I can do.
I think you've done enough for now. And thank you very much.
Thank you and good night.
Good night.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Kahn, founder of Amused Now. This featured artist presentation has been brought to you by Amused Now Entertainment, a website that enables artists to profit from their creativity. To learn more about Amused Now, visit us at www.amusednow.com or email me at ckahn@amusednow.com.